What am I supposed to say? I want to smile so it looks like I'm pooping. What's up guys? I'm Nick with Mad Hatter. I got the CoolerWorx Shifter here. I've got the carbon fiber lever on here, which caused me to wait like 3 months to get this. We're gonna put it on my Focus ST and see how it does. I already have the JBR short shift lever on the trans and the short shifter stick in there, but we'll see how this compares. Hopefully the added height will be kind of nice. So stick with us and you'll kind of see a down and dirty of how to install it. Got to remove the knob first. I'm gonna miss this one. It's the GT350R knob that I got from a previous employment. So after you get that off, I like to just pinch the boot and it comes off pretty easy. So here we have the JBR shift knob or lever in there. So this is not going to be reused, and I'm going to have to work through getting all this off. It's kind of a pain. I hate pulling on the interior parts, but that's really just what you have to do. So we'll get as many pictures or videos as we can, but sometimes it's kind of hard with being cramped in the car like this, so bear with us. All right, so this is the first piece you want to pull off. These come straight out. I like to start in this area. Once you get these popped out, you can work your way to the other area, just some of these tabs. You can use like a trim removal tool you can get from Harbor Freight, pretty cheap. Then this tab right here is attached to the trim piece that you can't really see very well, but it's on the other side. That part needs to come straight out. So we're gonna do some fast editing, and then this will look smooth as silk. I'm looking it up on YouTube because I can't figure out how to get this piece out. I don't remember since I did the JBR shift lever, okay? Quit making fun of me, Zach. So you got these two parts that need to come out. First, you got your passenger airbag light. That pops out fairly easily. This piece does not. It actually goes this way. You got these top two in the corner. These two are gonna give you a real problem because they're so big. But just keep prying in that area and hopefully they come out for you. After that, you got the two screws here that you'll see, they're pretty obvious. I had one back here that I've already taken out. So once I get these taken out, then this whole HVAC assembly should come right out, and then it'll be done. This one's not being fun, so I'm just gonna set it out of the way. It can hang there, right there. All right, so now we can get to the shifter housing and get that out of there, get the cables popped off. They'll have to be changed over to the new ones on the CoolerWorx Shifter, so. I'm working on the Focus. Is that okay with you?
Why don't you take care of the one that's a piece of shit in the garage on jack stands?
Benching parts?
What does it do to it?
Huh?
What does it do to it?
It's just
more bouncy or less bouncy?
You don't want the answer to that?
It's gonna hurt more, isn't it?
No.
Why are they pink? They
That's
don't
just
match the rest of your car.
That's just the color
Go
of.
get them powder coated.
Wow, she actually knew that. You have it out. JBR shift lever served me well. It's actually a really good unit. I would recommend it. Cables come off. It's like a pull socket. You pull on this end and then you lift it and they pop right out. I had solid bushings and the bolts, they go in there. So there's 4 bolts. Once you get those and the cables off and pop them off the sockets, it comes right out. No big deal. The biggest problem is these wires just constantly get in your way. All right, so the instructions tell you got to remove the cable end and install theirs. They say use pliers to crush it down here. I use side cutters. It worked a little bit better. I couldn't get it to crush with pliers. One of the things they want you to do is to remove this center section right here. So I'm just going to use my little hacksaw that I got here. It should work good enough. I have power tools, but it's not worth getting them out for it. So I got the cable ends off, I got the center removed. I mean, as you can see, I struggled very hard to get that out of there, even with this little hacksaw. So some of the edges are rough, but I'm not too worried about it underneath the dash. So now that we have everything out, clearance to where we need to, cable ends off. I haven't installed the cable ends until I get them this in there, and then I'll put them on, get them the right orientation. But it's literally do everything in reverse. And with these clips, it's actually a little easier and nicer. So bear with us. All right, so we have it installed. I've got to go underneath the hood, change my shift lever ratio to the lowest percentage. They prefer you use the OEM one with this, but I don't have it. But after that, then we'll get to adjusting the linkages and get it set right. Here's my shift lever ratio to the highest setting. You're supposed to use the OEM one with the CoolerWorx Shifter, but I don't have it, so like most of us. So I'm gonna just change that to the lowest setting and it should work fine. All right, so we have the shifter all in, everything's tightened down, adjusted, went through the manual on how to adjust these. All the linkages in there, just kind of get it to where you know, it's there's slop in this one, and then the one up here, you can kind of adjust it a little bit front and back. After that, I mean, I've got reverse. Of course, it's not gonna go in now. It's in, that's reverse. I got first, second, third, fifth, second, fourth, and sixth. So we're gonna get it back together and then hopefully take it for a test drive. All right, that's it. I will tell you, if you have big hands, this is not a fun job to do. I don't know how many times I've dropped those little pins on the ball ends, the cable ends. It's not fun, but hopefully it's worth it. Later on, I'm gonna go through and I'm gonna trim these little tabs here, because obviously with this, you don't put the shift boot back on. You don't wanna hide the good looks of this thing, so. So, I've had this shifter on for about a week. Figured we'd do a last quick video of my thoughts on it. It's pretty expensive, and I know getting the links, you know, connected with my big meaty hands was a little bit of a pain, but it was well worth it. It's such a solid feel compared to stock. I do have solid cable ends on the trans and the JBR arm on the trans, so that does help a little bit, but hands down, I would do this again. It's so smooth and such an easy transition between the gears. So final thoughts, it is well worth it, and every time you drive it, you like it a little bit more every single time. So